Hello, jelly plate lovers. My name is Lieve, and I often have the question: how come that your plate is so clean when you pulled off the print? Donc, on me demande souvent pourquoi est-ce que la plaque est si propre et pas comme ceci, and not like this, when you have finished pulling the last print. So I'm going to try to explain it to you. Je vais essayer de vous expliquer. Donc, on va mettre celui-là pour l'instant de côté. Okay. Yes, okay, let's take this color. It's just a regular craft paper. And I'm going to roll it out. Now, the first thing you need to know that is the roller. Don't do it like this, because that doesn't spread the paint right. So, well, when you're not really quite a beginner, you know that. So you have to, I always say, you have to dance on the plate to spread your paint. And put a thin coat, but since it's a thin coat, you need to work pretty fast. So here the stencil goes on, and I'm just picking up the paint that is inside the holes of the stencil. So donc je prends juste, j'enlève la peinture qui se trouve dans les trous du pochoir. You can do this with well, it's better to do this with thin paper. You can more easily go into the holes of your stencil. But it can be newspaper, whatever thin paper it is. And well, if you don't have thin paper, you take regular copy paper. So, okay, this is good for collaging, but it's not what the end result will be. So, this is what's under the stencil, and I'm going to let this dry. Donc, ceci, c'est ce qu'il y a en dessous de mon pochoir, et je vais laisser ceci sécher. In the meanwhile, I'm going to clean my stencil, and it's always nice to do that in an art journal. You just put the stencil on the page. You take a baby wipe. Try not to move the stencil. Essayez de ne pas bouger le pochoir pour faire ceci. Donc ceci, voilà, ce sont des petits trucs pour débutants. Hein. This is a beginner's video. Okay, and there we have the pattern on our art journal, and the stencil is clean, le pochoir est propre. So this is dry, and if you're not completely certain that it's dry, but you still are a little bit impatient, just put on whatever paper, and you can see that this is completely dry. It's important that it's completely dry. If there are some spots of paint that are still wet, you're going to mix those spots with the next layer, and we don't want to do that. Donc c'est important de vérifier si c'est bien sec, s'il n'y a rien qui colle au papier, parce que s'il reste des petits morceaux de peinture qui est mouillé, eh bien, ça va se mélanger avec ce que je vais faire ici. Okay, now I'm going to make a little bit of a blend with 3 colors. Okay. And going to start first with the white a little bit. Then this color. So again, you have to work fairly quickly. I don't know if I want all. I'm going to wipe a little bit of the orange off because I think it's too much. There we go, a little bit of orange. And on goes the copy paper. This is regular copy paper. Donc, ceci c'est du papier, voilà, d'imprimante. Je vais nettoyer mon mon rouleau, très important. I'm going to clean my brayer. And again, I have this beautiful art journal page. I took off the orange that was too much paint, and then I cleaned my brayer. And again, this is a really nice background. Ici, je dois attendre. I have to wait, so I am going to explain some things about having a clean plate. You can build up as many layers if you want. Here I have one layer that dried on the jelly plate, and one pickup layer, as I call it, to pull off that layer. If you're impatient to see what it's going to be, you can see on the other side what is happening. Now, you can, as I said, you can build up as many layers if you want. Vous pouvez construire autant de couches que vous voulez, à condition que les couches sont toujours bien sèches avant de mettre la suivante. The layers always have to be really dry to put on your next layer. Except for the pickup layer, of course. The pickup layer needs to be very moist, because the pickup layer has to pick up all the other layers that are underneath. Donc la dernière couche doit être bien humide pour pouvoir prendre toutes les couches qu'il y a en dessous. Et alors le secret, c'est donc évidemment de travailler vite pour que the pick-up layer, donc la couche qui enlève, n'a pas trop séché. So the first secret is to work pretty quickly with your last pickup layer, because that needs to be moist, but not too thick, so you need to work fast, so that it can pick up all the layers underneath. Now the second secret, and that is a big thing, is that you have to wait. If I pull it off now, it might be not dry enough, and some of the paint will stick to the plate. And now when I put my hand on this, it still feels cool. So when it's not feeling the same temperature as the room, you still have to let it on. And if you want to be sure, if you have a really pretty thing going on underneath, I really advise you to leave it on for 1 hour, 2 hours, even overnight if you want, and then you will be sure that there's nothing left on the gel plate. Donc le deuxième grand secret, c'est que il faut laisser sécher ceci pour donner à la dernière couche le temps de prendre les autres couches qui sont en dessous. Vous pouvez laisser 1 heure, 2 heures, même pendant 24 heures, si vous voulez être sûr de ne rien rater. Sinon, vous aurez des petits morceaux qui vont rester sur la plaque, et évidemment, ces petits morceaux ne seront pas sur votre papier. So, if you don't wait long enough, of course, you will have this happening, and all what's on the plate will not be on your paper. Or it can be that you have really put on a too thick layer, and that the paper cannot pick up that thick layer. So that's why a thin layer is important. I hope I'm being clear, because it's not so easy to understand. But I'm going to put this aside for, well, I'm going to say 2 hours, so that we will be sure that this is going to be okay. And in the meanwhile, of course, I want to show you, you can take a baby wipe and clean your plate thoroughly, as I did in one of the previous videos where I showed you how to clean your plate. Donc vous pouvez évidemment nettoyer cette plaque pour avoir tous ces petits restes de peinture. Mais ce serait dommage de ne pas en profiter. It would be really a pity not to use these little leftovers from the paint. So I'm just going to put over another layer, random layer with 2 colors, not too thick, not too thin. Just taking the time to clean my brayer, and then not wait too long so that it doesn't dry too much, to put on my paper. onto the pickup layer. If you just want to pick up the leftovers on the plate and you don't want any colors on top, you take gel medium. Donc si vous voulez pas qu'il y ait une couleur sur le fond de vos petits restes, vous prenez juste du gel medium. And of course this also will has to dry for a while, so that all the leftovers will be picked up and your plate is gonna be clean without cleaning it with baby wipes and mineral oil, etc. See you when it's dry. Okay, so other things you can do to make the drying a little bit quicker is the hair dryer, but not too hot. It will accelerate a little bit your drying time. Donc le sèche-cheveux va un peu accélérer votre temps de séchage. Some people put a heavy book on. Well, that's not a bad idea, but don't leave the book until the end. Leave it for half an hour, and then, because you can understand when there's a heavy book on, that the surface is not going to dry as fast as without the book. So you can put a heavy book on to keep really contact with the paper and all the layers, but then take it off and let it air dry. Donc un gros livre sur votre dernière couche peut être intéressant pour que ça reste bien plat, mais ne laissez pas trop longtemps parce que à travers le livre, le papier va pas sécher. Après, il faut laisser sécher à l'air. Now, what do we have? I think this is the one with the leftovers. And let's see if my plate is clean. Yes, okay. You see, these were all the little leftovers on my plate. And as you can see, I picked them up and the plate is clean. Okay, now let's do the other one. You can find a lot of this kind of free videos on my Patreon page for free members. I'm happy to do this for you. Vous pouvez trouver d'autres petites vidéos en anglais et en français sur ma page Patreon gratuitement. Je suis très contente de faire ça pour vous. Et voilà notre impression avec un simple pochoir et 2 couleurs mélangées. This is the final print of the one I made with the stencil. And as you can see, that was what I was going to show you. My 2 plates are completely clean without using baby wipes or mineral oil or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to see you later. Thank you for watching. Merci d'avoir regardé. Au revoir.